Bobby Blackhand on the cam.
And
we've got Miss Hood Nessa in the house.
Hood Nessa.
Cook for y'all. Why gotta be Hood Nessa? You gotta know those because the rest of them.
See, the rest of the world knows you as the Nessa, but to us, you Hood Nessa. So that's family.
That's wrong with that mess. You can't tell Ron nothing when you upset.
Oh,
Pretty much.
You didn't know that already? You didn't know that already?
No.
Nessa. Wait till you see the restaurant those come over with.
Oh, he did it already?
Not yet.
It's coming.
Not yet.
Okay.
Trust me, it's coming.
Keep watching on Friday.
Keep watching on Fridays. Okay.
But anyway, man, glad y'all could join us on another Daily Smoke. As always, we appreciate y'all being with us and hanging out with us, keeping the things real and interesting. Before we go on, as always, just wanted to remind y'all, please check out the website, www.thedailysmoke.com. That's THA, dailysmoke.com. Go ahead and look on there and see if you want to join us. That's the best way to do it. If you got an idea for a show or something that you want to share, if you got something you're trying to promote, let us know. We'll help you put it out there. You know what I'm saying? And you can always hit up the Cash App, $TD Smoke. So if you want to donate, we appreciate it. But if you can't, we understand. Times is tight. You know, gas is $100 a gallon. Gas is $100 a gallon. So you know,
right?
So you know how that goes. So
even here, for it to be like in the 4 or 5s, that's not right.
Dude, if you think about it,
we
paying double what we was paying last year this same time. Or more than double, actually.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, people at my job, they get mad at us because they increasing the cost of the service because of the cost of diesel.
Mm-hmm.
And customers are like, well, I'm not paying for your gas. You're not paying for my gas. Yeah, but you're not driving for your business.
Mm-hmm.
If we don't pay for gas, we can't come pick up your stuff.
That's
free market. Uber and all that. Uber got to, that's people, they pay for their own gas, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So them prices are probably going to go up now, too.
I couldn't even imagine trying to drive Uber now. Man, that shit would cost an arm and a leg. I did that maybe like 3 years ago, and I only did it for like 6 months, but...
Your tank would go empty all the time, quick.
Oh, dude, in a heartbeat. Although you do meet some interesting people, I will say that.
Oh, that's all right. I thought about the people who work when we used to work, when we met.
Oh, my God.
Having to drive their own vehicles
all
did. Over Harris County.
Yes, we did.
With these gas prices?
Lord.
Shit.
So and crazy people in the car.
Too.
I'm straight.
Doing that now, right?
Yes. I saw a coworker last week, a former coworker, and I asked him, I said, you still driving your car? And he was like, yeah. And I'm like, oh,
do they reimburse you?
They do
mileage.
reimburse.
It's mileage.
Oh, okay. 50 cents.
54 cents a mile. No.
You don't come out on
top at all.
Even at best.
That would hurt my feelings.
Okay.
More than that.
And it's the summertime and you got somebody in your car you trying to convince to take a bath and you paying $80 for gas.
Don't get my
I'm serious.
money.
Ron, I took you back.
You done brought Ron back some dark places.
So
he even got the smell.
We not that no more.
He got the smells back.
I'm talking about for real.
Sweats almost kicked in.
I tell you. Somebody telling you they took a bath this week already. Tell me, nah, that's too much. They bath every
Gotta
day.
have seat covers and
Oh, God.
Oh, my goodness.
Yes.
No.
Yeah,
That is
for
horrible.
real. It was bad.
It ain't their fault. They sick, but still.
Some of that ain't. You ain't sick. We chill. The voices they tell you take a bath. Like
You know what I mean? Tell
Yeah.
the voice to you jump in that water, right?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
It's real.
I had a flashback with you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It rough, don't it?
Yeah.
You are not alone.
To Rocky.
Right?
I'm
Right?
alive.
Right?
You.
So y'all would
Never
pick them up in
again.
the crib and take
Take them to the
Man.
clinic. Take them. Yeah.
You have to convince them to come in. I don't want to come in today, but you're going to run out of meds, and that's a whole other problem.
That's a whole nother problem.
Don't do it anymore.
Oh, yeah. Some of the people, you don't want them off their meds. I can imagine.
I don't watch Criminal Minds anymore because of that job.
For real?
Stop watching it.
I don't blame you.
Stop watching it.
I don't blame you at
Nope.
all.
Lord.
You start reading people charts and they read like an episode of Criminal Minds, you realize that's real. That's not. No.
Your passenger seat.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I remember the day it happened too. The dude told me he need to talk to the doctor because I see what's going on. He said, I'm seeing dead bodies again. I was like, oh, okay. What they look like? I need to make sure.
Look, who they look like.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to see. Like, who do they look like? And yeah.
Never again.
Stop
But
watching
we
Criminal
we learned a lot from that job though.
Yes, we did.
We learned a whole lot. Like when you do that type of job, this is the God honest truth. You either gonna walk away every day from you're gonna die laughing or you're gonna die crying. Because you're gonna hit something that's so funny, it's gonna crack you up. Or you're gonna hear a story that's gonna break your heart. There is no middle ground. That was your job, man. So we learned a lot from it. I'm appreciative of it. I just don't ever want to return to it again.
No. No. And God bless those who still do that work.
Amen.
You are needed.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
Y'all put your dues in already.
Yeah, I'm done.
Oh, Lord, yes.
Y'all are set as far as y'all community service is concerned.
That on that
We
level,
paid.
I
Yeah.
never want to do that again. not on that level.
But you were so good at it. You were so good at it.
I was proof that God has a really wicked sense of humor.
Agreed. Agreed.
Okay, you got to explain that.
Agreed.
I mean, everybody that I saw, you not only had mental illness, you had a drug addiction, and most often you also had like a criminal record. So like we were trying to keep you. If you saw me, you had all three. I called it a trifecta of jacked upness. If you saw me,
All in one person.
all in one person.
And you may have worked with 80 people.
Yes, yes. And I had to do classes, group education, and counseling. Yeah,
You was really good, though, Vanessa. You was
Well,
really
thank you.
good.
I appreciate
Really
you.
good.
That's why she's able to pull stuff out of people at those conferences that she has. She's got that skill. Yeah, Lord knows she be pulling stuff out of folks. They wasn't even ready to come out.
Yeah.
When is your next conference again? Tell everybody about your next conference.
July 8th. July 8th. We are doing the happiest hour. So, yeah, we're going to focus on emotional wellness this time.
Oh boy.
I am definitely not on that panel.
And for being happy, that's gonna be a lot of crying.
You know, we're going to do some inward work. Yes, we're going to talk about what does it mean to be emotionally well and how that plays into other. And we also want to have some fun. Like I really have, you know, no one event is like the others exactly. So this will be a little different.
Right?
I'm listening.
I got to wager with Ron, so we're gonna see. I got to wager with Ron.
So
We're
far,
gonna
the two
see.
you've done,
I need
they've been
money.
totally different.
They have been pretty. Like the first one was an overview of the wellness field itself. The second one, the one that you guys did on spiritual wellness, was just unpacking what does that mean. So more so like unpacking spirituality and what that means. And what you saw is that can be different for each person, and how they get there can be different for each person. But what that one did show was that emotional wellness was definitely next.
Right.
Definitely
So we gotta
next.
unpack all them bags this time.
So, but I think you're going to be pleasantly surprised. I am going to, kind of briefly talk about the wellness wheel itself. We're going to explain emotional wellness, and then we're just going to have some discussion. And then, that last hour, I don't know. I haven't gotten there yet. It hasn't been revealed to me yet. That's how I'm going to do that last hour. The wrap up will be interesting though.
Yeah, for sure.
Y'all going to be there. We're going to have fun.
Oh,
Oh, I'm
absolutely.
looking forward to it.
Absolutely.
We're going to have fun.
You gonna be on the panel, huh?
I'm gonna be there with bells on.
Yeah.
That's Santa Claus.
Ron looking for this whole panel. We're gonna do an interview. We're gonna do a talk. Jonathan and I are gonna do a guided. We're gonna do a discussion. We're gonna lead a discussion.
Oh wow. Okay.
Honestly, I'm thinking it's just gonna be Jonathan and
Whoa.
I. Yeah.
Okay.
You got it?
Whoa.
Wherever you need me to be, I will be there.
All right. That's what I'm talking about. Say that
That's
again.
what's up, man. I'm proud of you, dude. You stepping up to that
Be
job.
there.
There you go.
Good
It
job,
might be
bro.
Jonathan and I. We're gonna lead the conversation. Yeah.
And if it's
That's
like
what's
anything
up.
like last time, people gonna chime in.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. We
Absolutely.
want people to chime in.
I'm not, we got something going on.
But it,
I'm not.
But it goes to show you that a lot of times people are walking around with this stuff inside of them, and they looking for an excuse to talk about it, to get it off,
Yes.
to clear it.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And
Yes.
it's all you have to do, just like what you did last time, is you create the space.
That's it.
Give them that opportunity to say, okay, what you mean? People actually don't listen. They're not going to judge. They're not going to, point fingers at me and snicker when they walk out the room. No,
Right.
everybody's
No.
sincerely listening and trying to understand, and at the same time trying to comfort, trying to do all of that stuff. So it's really a unique experience. I can say for myself.
It was a safe. It was a
unique
safe.
experience.
I'm glad you all felt like that. That it was a safe space.
Yeah.
That's what I want.
Right.
I want that.
But what he's saying is also what this is about.
Yes.
Absolutely.
If you got something on your chest to get off, you don't think no one's listening, come sit with us and talk about it.
That's why I
We
wanted
got
to
1,000
partner with you
subscribers.
guys.
We
Yeah.
got 1,000 subscribers. At least that's 1,000 more people that are listening to what you got, or if it just makes you feel like I finally got to say what I got to say. That's all we want.
Yeah.
And we're not judging. Hey, say what you got to say.
Yeah. That's why I wanted to celebrate you guys tonight.
Thank you.
Oh,
Because you guys are doing an amazing work.
But hold on, let me tell you about this sister, okay? Now, Vanessa will feed you, okay?
Yes, she will.
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
That's what I was gonna say. I'm surprised the show didn't come on and it was like that. Oh, we on?
I'm leaning all on her right now. I'm leaning all on her right now. Got my whole body weight right now.
That was really good.
When I'm telling you this woman can cook, okay?
What's
Curry
your-
fried chicken.
Yes.
What was it? It was Brussels sprouts and kale.
Yes. Sauteed Brussels sprouts and kale.
The rice and peas.
Coconut red beans and rice.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
And then the chips with the
The chips with the coconut, the cucumber mango pico de gallo.
Right.
Ooh, Lord.
And the dessert.
Did y'all
the dessert.
hear that?
Yes.
Cucumber mango pico de gallo. Okay.
That's
all I'm
the
gonna say.
Mexicans that went to Africa and hooked it up.
Yes. That's the part where they brought us through like that bottom down there. Yeah. And they had some of that with them. And they were like, "You got mangoes?" And we were like, "Hey, we got this, huh?" And they were like,
Put it together, see what happens.
"Mix this up." We was like, "Okay, yeah." So
Like
that's what it was.
Like they chasing y'all and they trying to kill us, so shit, we might as well work
together. It's a beautiful thing. When I went to the Dominican Republic in January, I was just amazed by it. I was like, "Oh, these are my peeps." I don't understand what some of them saying, but these are my peeps. It's cool.
That's what's up.
And Jonathan, you love the design.
That was really good. It was,
Yeah.
That was really good.
Yeah,
That was-
I had to set y'all right.
Man,
Set y'all right.
you set me off for sleep. I'm about ready to take a nap.
That's why Black Cat said, I'm not eating now because I doubt.
Good
He
move.
act like he was
Good
scared.
move. Good move.
He was scared.
He's not trying to fall asleep.
No,
It's okay.
body know himself, so I ain't mad at it.
I'm not mad. Hey, I'm just glad you guys enjoyed it.
Oh man,
I'm glad you.
Delicious.
Look, for clarity, let's just go and tell them. So the dessert was the lemon pound cake, topped with mixed berries. So we had raspberries, blueberries, blackberries, strawberries that had marinated in a honey and white wine.
Ooh, Lord.
Yeah.
Some mint leaves too, right?
Yeah, some mint leaves. Yeah. Yeah.
Really good.
And
Yeah.
when I'm telling you, it was perfect for a hot day like this weather right here.
Uh-huh. And
You
your
as well,
cocktail.
bro.
And your cocktail.
Man, and that was what, watermelon?
No, it was actually a cranberry mango vodka mixture
Pineapple.
with some lime,
Oh,
with some pineapple soaked in there.
that's why the leg is feeling loose. Okay.
Yeah. That was my tribute to Juneteenth, but also celebrating you guys. That was for the ancestors and also for you guys, your dads and your men.
A little libation for the ancestors.
Yeah, one for them, and then a whole lot for y'all.
We appreciate it.
And you cooked it in honor of Father's Day as well as Juneteenth, correct?
Correct.
So that speaks to the point that we was going to talk about tonight. We're celebrating Father's Day as well as Juneteenth.
Mm-hmm.
So my question is, hey man, how was you all's Father's Day and Juneteenth?
Mine wasn't quite what I wanted, but you have some years like that. Like I said, I told you I've been having issues with my AC, so I would just spend most of the day hot. But other than that, my kids was there. They loved me. They showed me appreciation. I got a back massager, so now I can got one of those things to massage my back, so that's kind of cool. Lord knows I need it.
Okay.
But other than that, man, it was pretty good.
Call Tania.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Call Tania,
Remember,
right?
she said she
No,
wanted.
she gonna
Right.
do a demonstration.
She
I
wanted-
don't know if it's for free, but you know, hey.
She said she wanted next time she
She
come
would
over, she want to
demonstrate.
test us out on the show.
Oh, the 29th. All right, cool.
Okay.
Gonna do the chair. She gonna bring the chair.
She can bring whatever she want. I will lay on this sucker.
I'll
if she
lay on the
wants
floor.
to.
Like, it's either on the 29th or she's doing a different show just to show the demonstration of what she
I think
does.
the 29th is gonna be us talking, and we'll have to get on again if we want that
Right.
free massage.
Okay.
Just so she can show her business, you know, what she does, how get your reaction of how it feels, so that pumps up her business too. But that's again what we're about too, pumping up your business. You got something you want people to know, bring it here. We'll show it. Man.
Oh, and don't forget, y'all, we do have a partnership with Bangin' 832 Radio.
Absolutely.
Don't forget about our partners, Bangin' 832. So in case you miss us during the week, they broadcast some of our shows live. Not live, but they're gonna broadcast our shows on Sundays. So check out 832 bangin832radio.com. Man, check them out.
Right.
Absolutely. What
I
about
think
you, my
there's two
brother?
episodes right now on there.
Yeah,
Kate Reno and the one about
divorce. Yeah, the
so
divorce episode we did.
that's what's there now. So yeah, that was we got the same part covered.
Yeah.
That's how we would get into. Yeah, for me, I didn't celebrate Juneteenth, but I celebrated Father's Day. I grilled. You know, I got my grill on. went out back with the girls and got wet, played with the hose and shit. I got this thing that's puts up lights and stars and shit, and I had it up all day yesterday. But it also plays music, so I had it going with like a rainstorm.
Mm-hmm.
So I was sitting here playing my PlayStation with this in the background, and I could see it was perfect because I was playing Star Trek, so it was like I was. It looked like that. But I had rain in the meantime, so I had rain in space. You know that, and I got also a little bar tending set. But you know, these are things that are in my wish list that
That's
Amy
cool.
just figured when to go. Because when I got them like that, I mean, cool, thanks, but. Some shit I just put on it because I like it at the moment, so I click it. It sits there. So she picked it, so it was cool to have.
So that's good. That was one of my first questions was, did you get what you wanted? I saw a bunch of guys sharing this post on Facebook about for Father's Day, and it was just like this long list of items that men did not want for Father's Day.
Mm-hmm.
And some of it I thought was like, oh, that's hilarious, because some of it I was like, that's the kind of stuff I probably would have thought to get. So I was like, well, you know what? I don't think that most women know. I don't know. I guess, yeah, if you're in a relationship with a guy, you should know. But I think sometimes we take for granted that we know, because I can honestly say there were a lot of things on that list that I bought my dad.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of things in past relationships I did get with him. So I was like, man, I don't think we know.
But see, the thing about it is, and I guess I could say for me, it's not so much about the gift. When people say it's the thought that counts, for me, that really is the thing.
I feel that.
You know what I'm saying? It's the fact that you thought about it. That you took time out to say, here's something I think he would like. Whether or not I actually like it, I might look at it and go, oh, okay, that's really sweet. But the fact that you went out or ordered it or, you know, did whatever you had to do to get it, and you brought it to me as a gift to show that you was thinking about me, that's what matters to me. You know, the massager thing, it's great. It's not something I was looking for, not something I probably would have ever asked for, but the fact that they thought about me and was like, Dad's always talking about his back hurts. So we're going to get him, you know, something to massage his back.
But now you got to do it yourself.
No, that's what I got them for.
Oh, they're going to do it for you.
If I need you to.
Okay. Okay. Well, how would you have felt if, or someone said she likes buying nice watches for men? So, okay, pit dream. So what I learned is men like that. Y'all like watches.
I love watching.
And y'all don't get enough watches.
My son got me this one for Christmas.
So it's like us in shoes.
It's like my brother-in-law, he got like 20 watches.
I did so okay, so yeah. Okay.
Think about it like this. You like jewelry?
I think
Okay. But if you like to wear jewelry, men don't get the opportunity to wear a lot of jewelry.
Right.
Unless you're a pimp, you know, you wear a pinky ring or something like that.
right.
Nowadays, it's a little more, you know, the younger generation has a little more relaxed time with it. You know, they'll wear earrings and bracelets and all of this kind of stuff, and that's cool. But at the same time, hey, miss you too. Thank you, Rafika.
I should figure.
All day.
But you know, to me, a watch is like a piece of jewelry. It's something
Right.
that I can put on, accessorize with, looks nice. You know, you got a nice watch on.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
I learned that okay, guys like watches.
Yeah.
Okay. So
See, now to answer that same question for me, I'm kind of like him, but I don't have to get me a gift. I really don't care.
I feel that.
okay.
I
I
feel
got a
that.
card for my daughter
I feel
in
that.
Michigan. I hung out with my 2 daughters. You don't have to get
I
a
feel
gift.
that.
It's not my birthday. It's just celebrating me. You here? We got our grub on. Y'all made me a special cake or something. I'm good. That's all that matters.
Oh, you like that for your birthdays?
For my birthday too. I mean,
It's
as I've
simple
gotten
then.
as
Yeah.
I've gotten older, you don't have to get me shit.
We simple
Sometimes I
then.
understand
That's right.
that with me and Amy. Sometimes you know,
Right.
we know that hey, you know, this is coming up. That's coming up. I'm like, you know what, baby, I'm good. You don't get me nothing. I'm good. Really?
Feel that.
I can't think of nothing for you. But you know what? Just spend the day together. I'm
You're
good.
good.
Yeah.
You don't have to get me a gift.
You're good.
You
You're
really
good.
don't. I mean, some people
That's
do
real.
want that gift, and if I do get a gift, like I didn't expect that. I mean, I saw
Real.
the packages when they came. The only reason I knew that she gave me a gift is when I said, "Oh, here's some packages. What is that?" Well, some stuff I bought. So I knew this is for me. I don't know what it is, but had she said some stuff for the cat, I would have been really caught off guard. So when I did wake up and saw the packages on the table, I said, "Okay, whatever it was," but I still didn't know what it was, and I was happy with what I got. But had they not gotten me anything, breakfast, lunch.
Whatever.
Like I said, I hung out with my girls. You know, we were in the back with the hose getting wet and shit. My daughter from Michigan, I talked to her for a little while. My granddaughter, I'm good. It's just like another day to me. I mean, I don't know if it's 50 and 57. Any one of those days is just another day to me. So I'm happy that you're trying to celebrate me.
Mm-hmm.
But if you don't, hey, happy birthday, happy father. You followed me, cool, thanks. And if you
And
didn't, I'm not
I
contributing.
want to piggyback on what Lo's saying now. I'm not a father, but the same thing applies to my birthdays. Man, I got to be honest. I've had such a good childhood. And when I was a young adult, I had such a really good experience as a young adult where people gave me things to show me their appreciation that at this age now, I'm just good with a good dinner. I'm just good with, you want to spend time with me and we just do something very, very simple. I'm good with that. I don't need things anymore.
Or you leave me to, what are you going to do today, Dad? I'm going to play PlayStation all day,
I
all
don't
day
need-
long, and nobody bothers me.
I
My
guess-
day to do
I don't need things
I'm
anymore.
good.
And I
really
guess
don't.
I'm the opposite because I grew up with not a lot. You know, growing up,
Mhm.
you know, birthdays was never made a big deal out of. Didn't get a
I
lot
like
of
now,
presents and
yeah.
stuff. Right.
Caillou. That's all we got to say. Just one word.
Caillou. But
So if you know the brother, just send him some now.
But and I don't necessarily look for gifts,
Uh-huh.
but to me they carry some weight because, you know, it's like they say, the stuff you don't get when you were a child, you look for when you're an adult.
That's what's
And
up.
so I think that still kind of lingers on for me. I don't ask for things. I've never been one of those people who are like, ooh, I want this, you know, give me that, you know, for my birthday or my Father's Day or whatever. But when you give me something, you know, that it gets me,
Yeah.
you know.
I mean, for
Great.
Great. Well, I felt a great spirit coming from you.
Y'all
All right,
say,
man.
I did.
You
I
got
felt a
nothing
great
Cleo up in
spirit.
here.
All right.
I felt it might be because I'm all like,
She'll be like, call me now.
call me now. Call me now, love. So, okay, so Ron.
Yes.
So this whole dialogue is taking me to like my brain. You know, Hood Nessa is kind of like checking out. Look at him, he getting all defensive and shit already.
You started it.
He getting all defensive and shit already. Do y'all see that? I want you to pay attention to the posturing. So as long as I stay in Hood Nessa mode,
Uh-huh.
you good.
That's right.
But when I say so, Ron, this
What's
is
up?
making me.
I already hear you.
This whole.
I tell you.
a lot of what the reason I am the way I am is because growing up and being an adult working, I never had money to buy people shit. Don't give me anything. When you do,
Yeah.
that can get me like, man, thanks.
Okay.
Oh,
Right.
I never had the money to get you shit.
So you ready? Y'all ready for my first?
You got it.
Ron. My first Juneteenth Father's Day connection.
Go for it. Let's go.
And for everybody else, this is not scripted.
Okay.
So like I'm just
Yeah.
like I don't know. It's just this thing that I guess the Lord has gifted me with, and I'm hearing this question. I'm trying to formulate it in my brain of this observation, or maybe it's a question of observation, and tying this into this whole thing with Juneteenth and freedom from slavery. So, so I'm thinking, okay, 56 years ago,
All right.
156 years ago,
All right.
Yeah.
slavery supposedly ended.
Supposedly.
Supposedly.
And before that, we had how many years of bondage?
About 450.
Roughly.
Okay. And so the ancestors who were originally brought over, what were their positions prior to being brought over?
Good question.
Now that's a good question.
No, really, I'm like serious. Like, what do you think? What were their positions? I mean, we know some of it. I mean, we've had the history.
Right.
So what is some of the positions that they were brought, when they were brought over here, when they were snatched up? Who were they in the motherland?
You had some.
They were socialists to begin with.
They were socialists. Okay, they were.
But you had some of everybody from every walk of life. You had
Right.
people who were farmers. You had people who were engineers. You had chieftains. You had commoners. You had just about every possible variation of humanity that was there. They brought us over here.
Okay. So even then, that 400 plus years ago, then these were men who were leaders.
In a lot of cases, yes.
In a lot of cases, they were leaders. I would think if they were leaders, they had certain expectations and rights and privileges that came with their leadership positions.
Oh, sure, of course.
Till they got snatched up.
Yeah. Would you agree with me that far?
I'm listening.
You going with me there?
Yeah, I'm listening.
Now I can see if they were snatched up with a lot of their own people.
Uh-huh.
They should have been looking at him like, you led us
Maybe they
before,
were.
so what are we into now? So we're still looking to you to guide us to what the hell is going on here. Even though
Right.
we're seeing you treated exactly like us, you're still the one that showed us the way. So
That-
what do we do now?
That's even if they survive the trip across.
Right.
Because a lot of us died just
Right.
trying to get here, or being brought here, I'll say, because
Yeah.
we weren't trying to get here.
So, just think about it if you're not ready to answer it. I'm wondering, I'm feeling this in my spirit, that some of the lack of expectation and you don't have to do anything for me, you don't have to get anything from me, is strongly connected to the slavery of our ancestors 400 plus years ago.
Explain.
I wouldn't doubt that. You have to realize that for black men, once slavery ended, we had to learn how to be men again.
Exactly. That's my point. And as men who come from a strong lineage and a strong ancestry, who were in positions of authority and leadership and were worshiped, and people naturally brought things to you because this is who you were. Why on a day like Father's Day that just so happened this year to fall on Juneteenth, could nobody bring you nothing and honor you and you accept it?
That's an excellent question.
You know, and like I said, for me, it's growing up and not being able to get. I mean, and I've always been that way. I get when I can, but I receive all the time, and it makes me feel bad that I can't get back. But I don't realize that I am giving back. You know,
Well, then maybe
it's not a
sometimes
gift.
it's just supposed to receive.
too.
See, for me, it's always been kind of the mentality of, I'm doing what I'm supposed to do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not doing anything special. I'm raising my kids.
Okay.
You know, this is
That's such bad messaging.
I get why you say that, but for me, when I grew up with a dad who didn't do anything,
Right.
like he was not there at all. He might as well have died when I was 5.
Yeah.
You're right. He was literally a sperm donor.
Right.
So he came and he taught me. I always say he taught me everything not to do.
Mm-hmm.
And so the fact that my kids love me, the fact that my kids trust me, the fact that my kids talk to me, the fact that my kids will come to me and tell me deep things, personal things. They'll trust me with their secrets. Those are some of the greatest gifts I could ever get.
Oh, no.
Right.
You know, that lets me know that I did my job right. But I'm not doing anything other than what I'm supposed to do. I chose to have them. I chose to bring them into this world. It's my responsibility to take care of them. And I'm going to do that. But I love them. You know what I'm saying? And it's, to me, it's never been a weight or like a responsibility that I dreaded. It was always something that I loved, but at the same time, I'm just doing what I'm supposed to do, which is raise my family.
Okay. And so, as a part of the family dynamic, a part of the village dynamic, the village also has a responsibility to do what we're supposed to do. So I found it very interesting, and now it makes sense to me why when I said I just want to cook for you guys, I want to celebrate you guys, I'm going to cook for you, I'm just going to bring it and leave it. That felt so uncomfortable for all of y'all coming through the messages. I don't know how many messages I got. What you need me to do? What you need to bring? Nothing. What you want me to bring? Nothing. What can I do this? Nothing. Okay, well, thank you for doing this. It's what I was supposed to do.
And we don't see it that way. We see it
It's
as
what
I'm
I'm supposed
supposed to do that. So
It's what I'm
you want to
supposed
cook,
to
I go
do.
get the shit. You cook. You know, and that's my part into it.
She's promoting healthy relationships.
Yes.
No, it's
Because a
interesting. Yeah.
A healthy relationship is built on reciprocity.
Yes.
Right.
And understand a healthy relationship doesn't have to involve physical intimacy.
True.
It does, what we normally, because normally we think relationships, we think it has to be something physical. There has to be sex involved.
Right.
But this is a healthy relationship.
Right.
This is a healthy relationship to see I see you. I see you. And it doesn't matter if somebody else doesn't know to celebrate you. I'm gonna celebrate you. I just want to do this.
Right.
Let me just do this part. This is what I have to give. I have the gift of food. Because this is what their ancestors did.
Right.
The women in the villages, they cooked and they brought food to the men and they nourished them before they sent them back off.
Gotta go to work.
Right.
True.
Now even lioness bring the food to the lion.
Exactly.
You know, and then they go.
So, you know, I have my shirt on that says freeish.
Mm-hmm.
A part of the bondage is not just what other people do to us. A part of the bondage, but you do it to yourself.
It's funny you say that because just the other day I read something about self-bullying and kind of what you're saying, you know, what you do for yourself. And when I read that, I said, you know, I never thought of that. But some people, you know, they change their nose. Why? Because you didn't like the one you had. So you were bullying yourself, thinking you were ugly, calling yourself that, calling yourself, I'm not good enough. But yet you'll give praise to someone else and not to yourself. So it's like, well, what the hell? If you don't like yourself, then man, you can't like nothing else. You know, any fathers out there that want to call in and give,
Please
talk
call
to
in.
Vanessa and maybe answer the question, please call in 281-968-1029. You know, we're always here. That's what we want. Or chime in on the chat. We'd rather you call so we can actually hear your question. But so if you do have a question for her or want to answer her question, we're more than happy that we actually want you to do this. So yeah, it's interesting though.
On an individual level, the reason I responded the way that I did, this is no excuse, it's just an explanation. Like being raised by a single mother, first and foremost, you're being raised by a provider, someone that is very selfless. And because you're being raised by an individual like that, you really internalize it's better to give than receive. As a result of that, I have always found more pleasure in making sure that provisions were made outside of myself. And from that, I derived a sense of self-gratification.
Mm-hmm.
So whenever someone wants to give to me, it's not from a sense of pride or anything like that. It's just that I'm so used to making sure others are happy. And that's where I get my pleasure from, that I really don't need anything. Especially when you've been provided for so well as a child and a young adult. Those characteristics become part of your character.
Mm-hmm.
So someone says, hey man, I want to do something for you for your birthday. I want to do something for you for Father's Day. I want to do something for you for New Year's, whatever the case may be. That doesn't have as much priority for me because all of the things that I really, really, really wanted in life, I've either already received or I can get for myself. Right? And if it was that important, I probably would already have it. Just being honest. I'm saying that to say, hey man, first and foremost, I appreciate that fried chicken.
Okay.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Big time.
Yeah.
And I appreciate the fact you thought enough of us to provide the dinner that you did. And I'll be eternally grateful for it. But in terms of like why personally as an individual, why I'm not so big on receiving and I'm more on giving, that's the basis of it.
But that's fatherhood. I give to my kids. I give to first thing I saw when my daughter came out, my first thought was it's not about me no more.
Right.
I gotta do everything I gotta do to take care of this thing. If there's only one thing to eat, you eat.
Right.
I'll make way.
Right.
I'm an adult. But if it's a little kid, I gotta make sure you eat. If not, we can share it. But I'm gonna give you most of it. I'm gonna make sure to take care of you. If you give me something, okay, thanks. But it's not necessary. Believe me, I'm not gonna think any different if you don't give me none because just a card is good enough. I'll call, hey man, I just want to wish you a happy birthday. Oh, cool, thanks.
And I understand you saying it's not necessary, but it not being necessary doesn't mean it's not deserved.
Absolutely.
And also,
Absolutely.
sometimes you rob other people by not allowing it to be.
That's true.
So
That's true.
I'm very much single, and I have made a commitment to. I will never date another dude that won't allow me to celebrate it.
Amen.
Right. So you've had relationships where they didn't want you to
They
give
don't know how to
Really?
receive it.
birthdays or nothing.
They
Really?
can't receive.
It's hard. It's
It's
hard.
hard. I will never date another guy that won't allow me to
It's
celebrate.
hard.
No,
It's
because life celebrations are a big deal to me.
it's hard when you're not
Yeah,
used
so
to
I
it.
can't. I will never do it again. You go heal that shit first. then
It's
talk to me.
hard when you're not used to it. It's
Go
hard when
heal
you're not
that shit first, because what has happened for me in each one of those relationships is I can't be fully me.
Absolutely.
It makes sense.
Exactly.
Turn up.
I can't be fully me. If I can't, I remember I dated that guy. He's a music producer, and I remember I was in Marshalls, and I paid attention enough to the kind of clothes he wears and stuff like that in the industry and stuff like that. It was back in the day. It was like a Timberland shirt and it was in Marshalls, and I saw the shirt, and I got it. And I got to the studio with it, and I gave it to him, and he was like, "What do you want from me?"
See, that's
Now
something
you did it with
different. That's
Trump.
something out because, like, for me,
And
I
I
would
was
have been.
like,
You did it
"It's
with
a
Trump.
shirt." I saw the shirt. It was in Marshalls. It was on sale.
Yeah.
He was having a fit
Yeah.
That don't make no sense.
about the shirt that I bought him the shirt because everyone wanted something. He wasn't used to people giving.
Right.
And at the time, he was in the music business. He was in a downward spiral. And it turns out his wife had left him during the downward time. Like, when everything was up, she was good. When it was down, she didn't hang. And so for somebody to give him something with no strings attached, he couldn't do
It
it.
just didn't make sense to him.
He couldn't do it. He could not accept it. He couldn't. What did I do to Daddy Ron?
That's my mom.
He smiling.
She hot. She hot.
He just said deep thought. He had deep thought, Miss.
Right.
Miss-
See, with that,
So
like
yeah.
when you say with me, like I may not expect anything, but I'm not gonna turn down if you surprise me with something.
Right.
Oh
right.
shit!
Right.
Thanks.
Right.
Hey, cool.
Right.
I'm not gonna turn that down
Right.
because if you wanted to give it to me,
Right.
I'm not gonna say no. But if you didn't give me anything, ain't nothing changed. Still the same. You,
but
You wish
that's
me a
because
happy
you don't
birthday, or
expect it.
right? If it's
But why is it your birthday? Especially, if I can't celebrate your birthday, no need to. I'm saying because birthdays to me are a big deal.
And
Birthdays were
Scorpio
always a
too.
big deal in my family.
Oh.
So if I can't celebrate your life,
What's up, Rick?
then
And-
why we here?
And you a Scorpio? Hell
If I
yeah.
can't celebrate your birthday, because I'm gonna celebrate mine.
right.
So if I can't celebrate you, then no, you need to go heal
real.
that.
That's real.
Go heal that, because now you robbing me of being me.
Right.
So
But you're overweight, so they don't believe in birthday.
yeah, I don't deal nothing either. Shit, you don't celebrate nothing. Well, hell,
That's a whole nother
that's
conversation.
a whole
Yeah, so like for me, for Father's Day, I had a good time.
you had a good time.
I got what I wanted to eat.
Right.
I cooked it myself. Because even Amy was like, "You really want to cook?" I'm like, "I'm trying to grill me some steaks.
Okay.
I don't know how to do this." So this is
If
what
you
I
want
want
it done
to
right.
do for Father's Day.
Right.
I want to do what I like doing. Bringing me up some steaks. They
Okay.
made me some desserts. We made some other shit. Like I said, I got to hang out with my daughters. I had a great day.
That's good.
Yeah.
And Amy, push up for Amy because she was able to go on your list and find something that you like
Right.
and get it. Now, Jonathan, you got the massager.
Right.
Yeah, he does. I can tell he's thinking like that too.
Right. What's up,
You go
Rick?
deep and do like this.
And Rick and Marilyn, too.
He so look serious. Look at you.
Chilling,
He
man.
like,
Just chilling, man.
Ron be in defensive mode. He be like, don't talk to me to nothing. Don't ask me no questions. Leave me alone to
Hey,
nothing.
you step in my water, you're my territory.
Don't come near me to nothing.
Step
Leave
in
me
my
alone. I'm
water,
like,
you're
Ron,
my
anybody
territory.
did
Fuck me,
that
stop
to
my
you?
dad. So don't ask me no questions.
Yeah, like, no, hey.
You know your mama gonna call you out, so that's
Hey,
Right.
What-
Whatever.
what you gonna do? You gonna whoop her? No,
Yeah, right.
you ain't gonna get
Man,
them.
that's crazy.
You ain't gonna get them
Yeah.
no chicken.
Ain't trying
Okay.
to deal with it like that.
He's okay with that because he just went to God, my chicken from Nesta.
Yes.
So, Jonathan, so you got the massage.
Yes, man.
And you've been saying you needed a massage. So they going the kids are going to massage. Right?
Okay.
So what would be the ideal though?
Oh man. I mean, I couldn't even begin to tell you. I don't have a frame of reference to even say what that might be like.
Oh.
Damn.
You know, I mean, like I said, I never got to do any of this with my dad because of the way he was. So when it comes to celebrating a dad,
Uh-huh.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
I really don't, and that's just being honest.
Yeah.
You know, I know what I like. Don't get me wrong. I know, but if you ask me what I would want my kids to do, I guess it would be something simple. Come sit down with me, have a meal with me, talk to, have a conversation with me. Let's sit around, smoke a little bit, drink a little bit. All my kids are grown, so I ain't got to worry about that part. So, smoke a little bit, drink a little bit, and we sit down and talk about, make me laugh.
Yeah.
That's the most important thing in the world.
Yeah.
Is the time I spend talking to my kids and learning how they're seeing the world based on what I taught them.
Yeah.
And that's the most important thing to me is that they're doing okay.
Yeah.
And as long as I can see that they're doing okay, then
enough.
that's the greatest gift you could give me.
That's what that's what I've always asked my daughters. I need y'all to do one step better than whatever it is I do.
Yeah.
I don't care if it's money wise. If I made $80,000 a year in my life, I need you to make $81,000.
Yeah.
I need you to do that one step better. I can't have you behind me.
Mm.
I can't have me being all good because I'm not gonna leave you back there. I'm gonna
Yeah.
bring you with me. But I also don't want you to
That's
learn.
real.
Yeah.
But I also don't want you to think that when you're behind, someone's gonna help you.
Right.
No, I'm helping you because I'm your dad. I want you to be up here. No one else is gonna do this shit for you.
Right.
I will, and then there's some dads that, or some people that, that motherfucker got to do it for himself. I'm not helping. Yeah, I can't do that because, like I said, when my kids were born, from my very first one, shit, I need to go over there and hang out with Joyce then, goddamn.
George should be on it. George should be on She High right now. That's all. Just let him make
That's a
it.
damn shame.
Let him enjoy
No,
himself.
wait.
So clearly, you guys are good fathers. There's no question of
No
that.
doubt about that.
Right?
No doubt. No doubt.
I always
You
talk
feel it
about,
coming, Ron?
I'm straight.
You feel it coming?
I'm straight.
I always
Okay.
talk about how, because I have
It's almost over.
30-year-old daughters and little kid daughters,
Yeah.
how when they get together, I'm two different people.
Yeah.
I'm truly two different people.
Okay.
How I reacted with each of them. Actually, three, because the one I didn't meet until she was older.
Yeah.
And the one I spent all the time with, and now these that I'm spending not just by myself, but there's a mom involved. So
Yeah.
it's a whole different dad that they're getting out of me. Three different, in my different age groups too, because the older I get, the grumpier, of course. And, I should have grandkids. I should be able to tell them, okay, y'all got to go now. But yeah, so that's I got what I wanted. I'm fine. Even if I had not done anything yesterday and
Yeah.
just ate whatever they
I
wanted
need to ask a question. I'm sorry to interrupt. Rick, I need you to call in. That's very important.
Yeah. Rick is like right
That's
in
very
line
important.
with the next thing that I wanted to bring
Call
up.
in, man. Call in.
Because like I said, clearly you guys are good dads. You guys are good dads.
Yeah, I was wondering where that was leading. Come on.
So yesterday, there's a gentleman, and I want y'all to look this guy up. His name is Romel Toon. He's a pastor. He's also a writer. He wrote another book. He wrote a book a few years ago. I bought the book for every guy around me, and the title of this book was "Love Is an Inside Job."
Damn.
Yes, and this book was really written for men to do the work, to do their own work, and he has an interesting story. I mean, he's a really well-educated, well-rounded guy. He's like my ideal dude. Not no disrespect, I don't know if he's married or not, but like, educated, thuggish kind of dude with like a spiritual side, like
Goodness.
like a
Goodness
dude
to
with a
read the Bible.
relationship with God. Yeah, like, that's sexy. Yeah, like Jesus, and we can go somewhere and not be safe. Like you can pray and lay hands. Okay.
It's 5-7, nigga.
Yeah. Yeah, though I walk through the valley of the shadow, I will fear no evil because this right here. That woo.
Lord Jesus.
Okay, anyway, I'm sorry. I digress.
That's why we call you good Nelson.
I'm sorry, people. Like, okay.
Come on.
Okay, so, but yesterday. Right, that's why we with this. Okay. But yesterday he did the message for St. John's yesterday, and so he has another book coming out. Look, I ain't by myself. She know what I'm talking about. She know what I'm talking about.
You got a kindred spirit
You
there.
know the
in
Will Jackson character from Pulp Fiction? Blessed is he.
I'm talking about right here.
And you will know
Yeah.
my name is the Lord.
That point right there, like, woo-hoo, where you at, Lord? Where you at? So anyway, what? Your blessings are
What's up, Rick?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, girl. Pray and lay a dude. Just
You got him up?
baptize.
Bring him in,
Y'all
bro.
got man?
Rick,
Can you hear you?
can you hear me, man? Hey, what's up, man? Thanks for calling, man. Shit, we wanted you to call in. We could put you right here.
Yeah. I'm watching.
You watching, you hearing this? We whatever it was you typed up there was sparked interest here. That's why we wanted you to call in, man. So got
Yeah.
a question for him on
So
this?
I did. So as I was talking about, this message. So this is the question that he put out there, and this is the title of his book. The book is this, and this is the question, and I mean the answer is you feel safe and comfortable, all of you.
So what happened?
I wish my father.
Oh, wow.
Just killing, man.
Man, did you hear the question,
You hear
Rick?
the question? That question was, I wish my father.
Just chilling, watching the show.
Okay. So the question is, and I don't know, maybe if he can, Rick, if he
Yeah,
can
hold
hear
on
me.
one second.
So this is the question, and you can finish out. I wish my father.
Yeah, I hear you, man.
And
Yeah.
you hear her question? She said the question was, I wish my father, and then fill in the rest.
Oh, wow.
Right?
Interesting.
Oh, damn, man. I ran across y'all on, really on the humbug tonight. Boy, y'all tripping, man.
Wait, hold on.
I'm sorry, putting us in the house.
No, but this is good, though. I wish my father...
So this is what I want to do. I want to give y'all permission to maybe not answer if you're not
I
ready.
wish my father was truthful. That's what I wish.
Wish his father was truthful.
Wish his
Wow.
father was truthful.
That's
Okay.
powerful, brother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just that. Like, I hear you like sitting with that.
A family dynamic. I got a family dynamic that involves somebody that has been, let's say, involved in my parents' relationship since before I was born. Let's say that. And then, some things came out because I was having some feelings about things, and then, when you become an adult child, so to speak, you and your parents have different conversations.
Yeah.
And there were some things that came out, and the things that came out really kind of meshed with what I was feeling at a young age. And when I say young, man, I mean like, 10, 12, 13, 15, 16 in that area, to where it really kind of caused me to, it shaped the way that I deal with individuals and family members, and it shaped the way that I deal even within my own family. And I see the faults and the flaws, man. And so I've kind of spent my life trying to not be the person that he was, and to be the direct opposite. But that too has caused me to have some pitfalls, trying to balance that and not be that person. I've made some other mistakes.
Right. And Rick, I'm just gonna tell you,
man.
I'm just gonna tell you, brother. You and me, we was playing from the same playbook, because that's how my dad was, and that was exactly my goal. Was that I always wanted to do everything that he didn't do. He taught me what not to do.
So how would you answer that, Jonathan? I wish my father.
I wish he would have explained,
I wish he would have explained.
because it never made sense to me why you would treat us so differently compared to how you treated my oldest brother.
Yeah.
My oldest brother was his golden child. He could do no wrong. You know what I'm saying? And don't get me wrong, I understand my dad had green eyes, and my oldest brother got green eyes. So that was his for sure child.
Yeah.
The rest of us he doubted, even though he had no reason to doubt my mother.
Right.
But, or at least that was his excuse, I'll say that. So what made us so much less
Yeah.
the rest of us?
Yeah.
Damn, you internalized it, huh?
Yeah, you do.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna tell you something, man. You just tapped into something that I have had to have serious discussions with professionals with about. You know what I'm saying? And again, it has shaped the way that I perceive some people, man. Because there are times in my life, man, where I felt that I was closer to friends more than I was family members, because at least I knew what I could expect from these friends.
Right.
Because you understand what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
And you don't expect your family, especially when you're young and you don't understand, you don't expect it to be like this with your family.
Right.
And then I'll tell you guys, man, there was my middle brother. I've got two brothers. My middle brother said something to me a couple of months ago that just really threw me for a loop. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna say that, man, and we'll yeah, I can't say it right now. We'll talk about it.
Okay, no problem.
And young lady that you're there, I want you to be there so we can talk about it too.
Okay. You want me to come back?
No.
We'll be back.
If they let me come back. If they let me come back.
You got a spot here forever. Okay.
I'll see you next Monday, man, and what I'll tell you, man, will throw you for a loop, man.
All right, Mr. Rick. Thanks for
Thank
calling
you,
in,
Rick.
brother.
Man, I hope to see you before that, though, you know.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
I just want to leave it open for either of you to answer it if you want to. If
Thanks
you
for
don't,
calling, man.
That's fine. But if either of you would want to fill that in, I wish my father.
I wish my father had got along with me more.
Yeah.
Because I was too much like him when he was younger.
Yeah.
That we didn't get along because of that.
Yeah.
But I knew this, as my mom would tell me, as I got older, and I would understand some of the things that why he does not get along, because he's trying to make me not be like he was.
Yeah. Yeah.
But, and this was in doing shit that I shouldn't have been doing to begin with, which is what he did growing up himself, and until he joined the military.
Yeah.
And he decided to, go do the right narrow, but I was always on that side. I didn't know that that's why we didn't get along at the time. Until I was older, talking to my mom, I was like, well, your dad, and hearing his own stories.
Yeah.
And then I would, in my mind, like,
You made the connection.
Yeah.
I see why he don't, because he knows, and I see why he kind of knows kind of the
Yeah,
shit
man.
that I'm doing because
Right.
he did all this shit.
Right.
You know, he's telling me, yo, man, you can't be doing this, can't be doing that, you can't be doing. And I'm thinking, yeah, whatever, man, fuck. But and that's why we didn't get along too much, you know. Because I mean, I know he loved me and whatever I needed, he would give.
Yeah.
But that connection between us was like, I understand. It took me a while to become an adult to understand. I said, why we didn't get along. I was too much like him, and he didn't know how to change it, how
Yeah.
to make me do a different way. It was one of those where I guess my mom was the one who would kind of go into let him know, like, you know, just let him be. I'll take care of it. So
Yeah.
my mom was the one who kind of would straighten me out. I'd listen to her more than I would listen to him. Listening to him tell me something, whatever, Dad, I got you, and I go do this shit anyway. My mom said I might hesitate before I do it, but they may do it anyway. So, but yeah, so I guess that would be mine. I wish my dad had got along with me.
Well, I'm straight. My mom whooped my ass. I'm good. I'm
But
straight.
that's
I
not-
don't have
I knew he wasn't gonna answer the question. You don't have nothing?
I don't have nothing for real. My mom whooped my ass and provided for me. I'm straight. I'm integrated.
Okay. All right. Hey, I'm listening
I'm
to that.
straight.
Black hair?
Yup.
You
Black
wish your
hair?
dad?
No.
You wish your dad anything? The question. You wish your
Actually,
dad?
my dad did a lot for me and my brother, so I just wish my dad was here.
You wish your dad was here. Okay. So when he asked this question yesterday, like my answer came up immediately for me. It was, I wish he had danced with me.
Really?
I never had a dance with my father mom with my dad, and he's still alive.
Oh,
I've never had that with him. I had it with my stepfather. And ironically, I had it with my stepfather. And the song to this day, when the song comes on, my sister goes, "There go you and my daddy's song."
Luther Vandross.
No.
Oh,
No, it wasn't. It was, she had that one with it. Mine was Marvin Gaye's "Got to Give It Up."
What? That's a good ass song.
That was the song.
That's
That was
what's
my mom. That was my song with my stepfather. I was in 3rd grade, and it was his birthday. And my mama he had told he was gonna give me one dance because I love to dance when I was a kid, and I was gonna get one dance before they sent me in the room. And so we had practice doing the dance, and you know it was a part where he had to spin me out, and I had to come back in, and all of that. So the day of the party, I decided to practice with this giant bottle of pink champagne that my mama had bought that she was gonna give him at the party. And the bottle didn't come back in like I did. I swung the bottle out and it didn't come back in.
that's real.
It broke.
That's real.
And I was terrified, and I packed the bottle back up and I put it back where my mama had it. And so in the middle of this party, she goes to give him the bottle and it's stuff everywhere.
Wow.
And she screams my name, and I come out, and I'm standing there, and I'm just like a blubbering mess. And I'm explaining what happened to the bottle. And she ready to kill me. And my stepfather grabs me and hugs me. He goes, "It's okay."
Yeah,
And he says, "Play our song."
that's beautiful.
And I'm standing there crying. And look at her, I know she gonna get me. But he still gave me that dance.
Right.
Now, my stepfather had many faults, but that moment has always stood out to me. I don't have that with my dad. And so, like your friend Rick said, he had to talk to some professionals. At some point in life, I had to go and unpack all of my daddy shit, so I could quit trying to pass it on in relation, quit picking dudes that I need to try to fix, because I was going to pick somebody that had the traits of my dad that I liked, so I could fix the shit I didn't like. And so I had to break up with my dad.
Little girls need their daddies, man.
Yes, they do.
That's a whole
They do.
episode right
I
there.
learned that.
That's
a
the
long
whole shit.
time
That's
ago.
a part two.
I learned that a long
Yeah,
time
little
ago,
girls
man.
need their dads.
Even Tiffany said, man, you know, as strong as Tiffany is, man, she said, man, she really wished she had the kind of father-daughter relationship that we exhibited with our mothers, you know?
Right.
And I found that very interesting. It just reaffirmed even more. Little girls need their daddy, man.
Yeah.
They really do.
Yeah, they do. So
Why you think
And
I can't, look? Why you think I can't die yet?
I understand.
I'm still raising these.
Yeah, that's
well,
the
we've
whole-
established that you are a good dad. So
Yeah.
I said I didn't. I know we don't have much time. So we're out of time. Okay.
Okay.
So I'm gonna close with this then. So Yesterday was Juneteenth, Emancipation Day.
That's the rumor.
It was also, well, no, it wasn't Roman, it's true.
For
It was also
for those
Father's
in
Day.
Galveston,
No.
everybody else was free.
No, it's also true for you too, because here's the thing. Just with that last conversation we just had, I just want you to think about this, and I'm gonna quote my favorite Bob Marley song, Redemption Song.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
My favorite Bob Marley song, my favorite line from this song says, "Emancipate yourself from mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our minds."
Right.
Yeah. So I think it's no accident that Father's Day and Emancipation Day landed on the same day, and that's what I'll end it with.
Excellent.
So it's time to
It should again in 6 years.
free yourself.
Over 6 years to say,
Hey man,
For yourself.
Can I say something to that point? The mere fact she was able to make that connection, this is real talk. Please pay attention. The mere fact she was able to make that connection and it made sense, that's her entire event. When she holds her events, that's her entire event. She's able to make connections where you're like, that makes perfect sense. And she's speaking your language. She's speaking to you. Please come to the Kuji Jagalia.
Kuji Chagwalia.
Kuji Chagalia.
Chagwa.
You say
Chagwalia.
it for me.
Kuji Chagwa Leah.
Look at you. Oh,
On
I
what day?
love
On
it.
what day?
July 8th,
On July 8th. At what time?
6 p.m.
Until when?
We saying 9. That's because we're going to go to 10 probably.
And where can we get tickets?
You can get tickets on Eventbrite.
Please come.
Yes.
check on there. It has the. Y'all say it because we know how.
Yeah, it has it's Kuji
It's another-
Chagwalia. This time we're calling it the happiest hour, and we're gonna focus on emotional wellness. Yeah, and these are the conversations that I wanted to have. So I'm so grateful that you allowed me to kind of take over the
Glad
This
you
is
did
what
that.
our
smoke
show's about.
this time, and I'm glad you were willing to go there
This is what our show's about.
with me. But no, I don't think it was an accident that Emancipation Day and Father's Day landed on the same day. I think that is the creator's way of saying it's time.
Yeah.
For it to be the first time that it's recognized Juneteenth.
Right.
It's an actual holiday. Which I guess today would have been the holiday for the federal people.
Yes, that's
Yeah,
why I was here. That's why I
a
could
lot
cook
of
for
people
y'all
ain't-
because I'm fed.
See, a lot of people didn't get
Thank you, Uncle Joe.
and a lot of people
Get
didn't
back on the
get a
bike.
chance to-
Thank you, Uncle Joe and Auntie Sheila.
Like for me, I had to work, so it's like for a lot of people, Amy had to work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty bankers and federal people. That's all.
I'm grateful.
You know, and I was talking to Amy about
Sheila
that
wrapped
yesterday.
that braid around her.
Yeah, I was like, that should be one where, when it's a federal thing, everybody has to take that day off regardless.
You should.
Well,
you
that's
should
the-
think-
Federal government. This
That's
is
the
a holiday
more
for
work that
everybody.
has to be done. Is that and they said that this morning on the news that while it is a federal holiday, many states are still not recognizing it.
Absolutely.
And so that
That's
means
right.
there's still work to be done.
That's their right.
There's still
Give
work to
everybody
be
a day
done.
off.
That is their right.
But please don't miss the bigger picture. Like
Absolutely.
you can't even fight for other people until you fight for yourself.
Absolutely.
Right.
And so literally, in the words of the great Bob Marley, first thing you gotta do is free yourself.
Right.
But redemption song. Yes, redemption song. Yeah.
So, and we hate to cut you off, and we could go for hours with talking
Yes,
to you
we
every
could.
time. But anyways, everybody, thank y'all for joining us. Don't forget, I'm seeing that was quite a few people here, but not that many likes. I need you to hit that like, everybody. Subscribe, share to us, share with everybody. Don't forget to go on to our website, www.thedailysmoke.com, for anything about us and any upcoming shows. If you want to be part of the show, like Vanessa here, she comes and she's always with us. We're more than happy to have her. Like I said, we can continue this forever, but
and probably will when the camera cuts off.
right. And hopefully everyone did have a great Father's Day and Juneteenth, however you celebrated yesterday. Don't forget Cash App, our donations to keep this show going and be able to bring. We need that to keep this, to make it good for you and be able that if you do come here to celebrate with us or to get whatever off your chest, we can make sure to offer you something. And thank y'all for watching. TD Smoke, $ TD Smoke is the website.
Is the Cash App.
There's the Cash App and the website at www.thedailysmoke.com for everything you need to know about us. I'm Brother Los.
Brother Jam.
And Brother Ron.
Brother Black man.
Sister Danessa. Thank y'all for joining us. We love you. Much love for your support. Tune in every day, Monday through Friday, 7 o'clock. Y'all know that's our time. Thank y'all for